Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Football Manager 2017 with Edinburgh City. So, when we last left off, we'd won 2-1 away at St Mirren, which was a great victory. As you can see, we've played quite a lot of fixtures since then, about 3 months worth. I mean, there was only 2 games in October there, but we are up to January now. A quick run through the fixtures here. Queen's Park at home. Was a fairly comfortable game for us in terms of the possession and the play, but we ended up having to sneak a late equaliser, get a point out of this one. 15 shots to their 7, 3 on target apiece, 25 fouls to their 15, and the 2 bookings of the game were to us. 57% possession. We played relatively well in this game, as I say, with the majority of the chances here, but unfortunately Ian Flanagan, the 55th minute, gave them the lead. And then it was kind of an uphill fight before Stephen Boyd equalised in the 80th minute for us. So a point from this game, which is a little disappointing. But given where we were when we went into the last 10 minutes, a point I will take. Albion Rovers were the next visitors. We had a 2-0 victory here. Comfortable as they get in this league. 32 shots to their 13, 12 on target to just 4 for them, 24 fouls to their 7, but just, niggly fouls, really no bookings for either side, and 64% possession. Sean Bowers in the 27th minute putting us into the lead. Then Dean Cummings in the 32nd minute secured the victory for us. Dean Cummings, by the way, a player who, we take a little look at him here, not spectacular. He's got good physicals really, but nothing else. He's got a bit of flair, bit of technique. First touch is okay. Can't finish. Passing, pretty mediocre. But he just keeps popping up with some decent goals for us. So you've got to give him credit in that one, and that's how he keeps getting into the side. After the Albion Rovers victory, we're away at Brecon, who are a bit of a bogey team for us. We took 66 fans away to this one. 12 shots to their 8, 6 on target to just their 1, 18 fouls to their 6. We picked up 6 bookings to their 1, so we were putting the boot in a little bit here. I think maybe the fact that, if you want to dress it up in a bit of a story here, I think the fact that they're our bogey team kind of got to us a bit, and we just started knocking lumps out of them. 73rd minute, Lewis Ferguson gives us the lead off the bench, if I remember correctly. Yeah, off the bench in the 71st minute. 2 minutes later he gives us the lead. Thought that would be the victory for us here, at a tough venue for us, but Andy Jackson pops up in the 84th. He does love a goal against us, and we get a point here, which a little disappointing given the way that the game went. 6 shots on target for us and just 1 for them. So to score the same number of goals is a little disappointing, but at the end of the day, we'll take the draw in what is a tough venue for us and a team that we don't tend to beat very often. After that, we got Forfar, who are a team we do tend to do pretty well against. It was a cracker of a game, 5-2 victory for ourselves, 21 shots to their 7, 11 on target to their 2, and 11 fouls to their 19, with them picking up the only booking of the game. 59% possession to 41 in our favour. And we were off to an absolute flyer through starman Stephen Boyd in the first minute. Unfortunately, Lewis Milne with the equaliser for Forfar in the 9th. Scott McLean, the star striker up front, then gets us back in front in the 15th before Connor McLaren equalises in the 17th for Forfar. And at that point, you think it's going to be one of these games where we just can't put them down. We get a penalty in the 35th minute, which was dispatched by Duruyaye there, whose name I probably butchered. We went in 3-2 up at half time, which probably hurt their spirit a little bit, fighting back twice and still going in behind. The second half we come out, Stephen Boyd again, the 54th minute he puts us back in the lead 4-2, sorry, he doesn't put us back in the lead, he extends the lead to 4-2. The first time we had a 2-goal gap before Greg Pasazio scores in the 61st minute to make it 5 and confirm a solid victory. So trying to ride the wave from that, we go away Ayr United, who we did beat 4-1 earlier on in the season. It was a tough day for us. 18 shots to their 9, 8 on target to their 4, doubling them in the shot department for both statistics. We also doubled them in the foul department, 30 to their 15, but only 1 booking, and it came in the 92nd minute, so really just a niggly game. We did have 60% possession against their 40% against a team that had just come down from the league above. However, a penalty in the 51st minute from Alex Fisher punishes us here at Somerset Park. We took 90 fans away to this one, and they will be gutted driving back to Edinburgh as we lose the game to a penalty. A game that we really, I don't say we dominated the game, but we're definitely the better side here. And unfortunately, we lose the game. So reeling from that, Stirling Albion come in the cup hoping to dispatch us. We dominated the game here. It does look, if you look at the statistics, like they gave us a good run. 15 shots to their 10, 8 on target to their 3, 16 fouls to 15, 58% possession to their 42. Stephen Boyd in the 11th minute and Ryan Tierney in the 67th. Assisted by Boyd, Starman. That gives us the win. Comfortable game. And Stirling Albion, big up to Stirling. They took 202 fans away to this game. They were playing a team from a higher league, which is funny now. Edinburgh City, obviously, above Stirling Albion now in the footballing world. So they did, as I say, bring 202 fans to this one, but they were comfortably beaten in the end thanks to Stephen Boyd. And we'll be looking at his statistics and his profile at the end of this little fixture wrap-up here. We'll look at all the lads we've actually signed in and see how they're getting on. After Stirling Albion, we host Stenhousemuir, hoping to get the victory, but a bit of a cruel turn of events here because 17 shots to their 8, 6 on target to just their 3, 20 fouls to their 11 with no bookings in the game, 55% to their 45 in terms of possession. But Jamie Brandon in the 62nd minute scores the only goal of the game for Stenhousemuir, who managed to come here and get the 1-0 victory. I feel hard done by in this one. We more than doubled their shots on target. And we just couldn't put it in the net. Unfortunately, it was a bit of a poor game in terms of the front men. Stephen Boyd only with a 6.4, Ryan Tierney only a 6.4 as well. Scott McLean then came on and only got a 6.5, so it was really lacking up front. We did create, but we just couldn't dispatch. It's an unfortunate turn of events, meaning we've now lost the last 2 league games by 1-0. Coming out of that, we're away at Stranraer. We do manage to shore things up at the back and get a clean sheet here. We only took 52 fans away to this one, which is a bit disappointing. It's a decent length trip down to the borders, but you would have hoped more than 52 fans went to it. 5 shots to them, 13 for us. They don't have a single shot on target. We have 6. They commit 20 fouls, we commit 12, and we have 66% of the ball to their 34. However, they do hold on on a sleety day down at Stranraer, and it ends 0-0. Really, really disappointing. Another blank from the front men. Their goalkeeper ends up getting man of the match with just a 7.2. So we didn't trouble him much. They troubled us not a lick. Not at all did they trouble us. No shots on target at all. But we come away with the same number of points. 0-0 here. At least the only positive to take from this one being that we did shore up the defence. And we did get a clean sheet. So, if you want to take the positives, that's there, but we really should have been picking up 3 points here. Coming out of that one, we go away to Alloa. Worried a little bit about a team that had been relegated last season. When they came to us, it was a 4-3, very tight match. However, we go to Alloa Athletic and we unleash the front line, who's been really poor recently. Some of the fans on Twitter must have been upsetting them or something because they battered Alloa all day today. 23 shots to their 7, 13 shots on target to just 2 from Alloa. 17 fouls to their 19 and a booking apiece, 63% possession to their 37. And this is how it unfolded. Greg McKee, the big centre back, gets us off and running after a minute. Then Scott McLean pops up, doubles the lead at the 14th minute before Greg Spence gets one back for Alloa, making it 2-1 in the 21st. And I thought it was going to be a tight day then, and I was worried about them coming back at us. Shouldn't have been concerned. Stephen Boyd in the 35th makes it 3-1 before Lewis Ferguson in the 40th minute makes it 4-1 at half time. Couldn't believe our luck. Absolutely flying at half time. Come out in the second half and we just carried on. Stephen Boyd again, the 54th minute, before Steve Monroe gets us a goal in the 80th minute, and we win 6-1 here. 117 fans came away with us for this one to Alloa, and they will be happy they made the trip. An absolute decimation of a team who were a league above us last season. So, big credit to the boys for that one. A brilliant victory which really upped the morale. However, we then go away to Queen's Park and draw blank again. A game, one of the hardest ones to take actually, because 14 shots to just their 4, 7 on target to their 3, 17 fouls to 14 but no bookings, 60% possession to 40, and somehow Joel Coustrain manages to score the only goal of the game. Queen's Park win 1-0. 74 travelling away fans for us today will have been gutted at how this one went down, because we were by far the superior team today. Okay, we drew a blank at the front line again. I have to be disappointed with them the last couple of games. But Queen's Parks have snatched it in the 50th minute, and they take all 3 points, and the momentum we thought we would have generated with a 6-1 win over Alloa is just sucked right out of us with a poor defeat at Hampden Park. Trying to pick up from there, the next 2 games obviously going well for us, starting with St Mirren, who we now seem to be able to beat with some level of consistency. A home to St Mirren here, 11 shots to their 4, 5 on to their 2, 19 fouls to their 15, 2 bookings to their 4, a pretty meaty game today, 64% possession to their 36. And Mark Docherty actually had a St Mirren penalty in the 19th minute. It was missed, saved by Callum Antle, brilliant goalkeeping, and then 9 minutes later Stephen Boyd, man of the match Stephen Boyd, pops up with the only goal of the game. Magnificent, over 1,000 fans here for this one, 250 of those away St Mirren fans. And it was a great game today actually. Brilliant performance from us and a great goal from Stephen Boyd to give us a victory over a team that, St Mirren are a big team. You have to consider the fact St Mirren were a steady Premier League team until recently, and Edinburgh City weren't even in the Football League structure till very recently. So it's a huge victory for us today, winning the game 1-0. Then we're away at Albion Rovers, who are quickly becoming the whipping boys of the league. 27 shots to their 11, 11 on target for us to their 3, 10 fouls to their 8, and they pick up the only booking of the game. 71% possession for us today, with them picking up only 29% possession. That is ludicrous numbers. 71% possession. Absolutely crazy. Stephen Boyd picking up all 3 goals today. 17th minute, 48th minute, 63rd minute. An absolute drubbing for Albion Rovers. 77 of our fans go away to this one in Coatbridge. It was a great performance. They'll be happy they went to this one. Brilliant play, especially by Stephen Boyd. So that leaves us looking at the league sitting top of the pile, 10, 5 and 4. 35 points for us, 19 goal difference, far above anybody else. St Mirren are 10 back and they're the closest to us. In terms of points, we're 3 clear of Forfar, 3 clear of Stenhousemuir, 4 clear of St Mirren, 4 clear of Ayr. They're the real challengers. Queen's Park and 6th are 8 points behind, but we're going really well, but we are still only 4 points away from not even making the playoffs, so we have to be careful that we don't slip out. As you can see here, Stephen Boyd 1 goal off of top scorer Josh Peters, and he's the lead man in terms of the average rating, with Sean Bibbles coming in 3rd there. Player of the match, Stephen Boyd has 8 man of the match awards, by far the top of the league. Callum Antle 2nd in terms of clean sheets, but a decent way behind Hugo Cato at Ayr with 11. So if we look at our signings now and how they've all got on since they've came in, Duro Yaye, who came in for a free from East Fife, 19 games, 2 goals and an assist, with a 7.01 average rating, so definitely doing well for us. A good signing. Not going to be someone that we're going to be using going forward if we go up to the Championship, perhaps, but definitely a good man at this level, especially coming in on a free transfer. Looking at Ryan Tierney, who came in on a free, a boy who played for Hamilton and was on loan at East Fife last season. He's done okay. He's only actually got 1 start for us in the league, 13 appearances off the bench. He scored 1 goal, 6.72 average. He's a decent player, good striker, but just unfortunately for him, we've got the young man on loan from St Johnstone. Lewis Ferguson also coming in on a free, previous Hamilton player. A good midfielder for this level. 6 starts in the league, 11 appearances off the bench with 2 goals and an assist, and a 7.07 average. A decent player, only 19 years of age, so can certainly improve. Possibly another one if we were to go up to the Championship. Maybe doesn't have a future in the team, but at this level he's a top quality player. A first touch of 14, technique of 15, passing of 10. Definitely can do a job as a midfielder. Excuse me while I just take on a beverage there. Stephen Boyd, who we also got in a free transfer, also a previous Hamilton player. He was at Queen of the South in League 1 last season. They let him go, and boy will they be kicking themselves for that, because if we take a look, where is he now? Stephen Boyd, also a former Celtic man apparently. we look at the quality. I mean, having seen the players previously and their stats, look at the stats on this boy. Absolutely magnificent player at this level. Even at the championship level, he would be a good enough player. In terms of his League One appearances, 19 starts, 12 goals and 6 assists with 8 Man of the Match awards and a 7.67 average rating. What a player this boy is. Absolutely brilliant. He should be playing in the Premier League right now. He could be playing for Motherwell, or he could be playing for Cali Thistle. I mean, he's an excellent prospect. Hopefully we can keep him for a long time. I'd like to keep him even if we went up to the Premiership, to be honest. He is such a good player. Then we go to Darren Lyon, who came in from Hamilton. Another boy who looks pretty good. You know, he's decent quality at this level. Ball-winning midfielder. 8 starts in the league, 6 appearances off the bench. 6.79 average. You know, a solid player. His future's a little undecided at the moment. He has 1 season after this on his contract. We'll need to see what we do with him. Physically not the best, but, you know, definitely good enough for this level, and he'll be continuing in the team. Don't know what happens if we go up to the Championship, but for now, a little undecided on his future, but he's a solid player. Then we have Scott McLean, who's on loan from Kilmarnock. His Kilmarnock deal expires this summer, and I am praying that they let him go and we can pick him up on a free, because what a boy. 18 starts in the league with 1 appearance off the bench, 10 goals and 4 assists, 2 Man of the Match awards, and a 7.08 average rating. He'd be a good enough striker for a low-level Premier League team as well. So, like Kilmarnock, actually. So hopefully he gets let go and we can get him, because he's a great player. Sean Bowers on loan from Celtic as well. Doesn't look that much, actually. Technically not that great. Tackling 13 is pretty decent, and 15 for his decisions. His determination is 1 though, so I mean that's really poor. Physically though, he has decent stats, which is the main thing actually for a wing-back. In terms of his League One appearances, 19 starts with 3 goals and 3 assists and 1 Man of the Match award, 7.32 average. Great player. His contract, in fact, his contract at Celtic expires this summer. We can actually approach to sign him just now, but I think we're maybe going to look to wait to see if he goes unemployed, which actually means I misspoke on McLean. He's tied down to Kilmarnock until 2021. So maybe another loan deal in his future, unsure. Steve Monroe, however, a little regen, 16 years old, brilliant physical stats, and already a great player. He's on loan from Inverness. I don't think there's any prospect of snapping him up. He's tied down for another year at Inverness, but they will be using him, I would think. Might be able to get him on another loan, but I can't see you securing him. But 16 years of age, he's actually about to turn 17, but 16 appearances in the league, 1 goal, 1 assist, and 7.18 average at that age is magnificent for Steve Monroe. And yeah, I'd like to be able to keep him going forward as well. But that is how we are getting on with Edinburgh City. It has been a great journey. This episode has been pretty hefty and pretty long. I like these to be a little shorter, but we did play a lot of games last time out, and this is the first time I've been able to do a roundup of our new signings, so I just wanted to pack it all into a bit of a jumbo episode today. Next time we're probably going to do January, February fixtures and talk about any transfers. I don't foresee much transfer business, if any, happening in January, so next episode will be significantly shorter. Do not worry about that one. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this, enjoying the series. I like building up these smaller teams. Maybe do one in England for another series after we get through with Edinburgh City here. Do like playing that. Got one going actually offline just now with Burton Albion, which I'm quite enjoying, so maybe something like that to go on. But I won't drag this episode out too much longer. If you guys enjoyed this one, which I hope you did, then please drop down below and leave a like. It really does help more than you realise. And I'll see you next time.